I'm going to add notes to our floor plan now and to our kitchen layout. So to do that, let's just have a look at what's there already, because it's important to know what size you use for what. You can see that our bedrooms is a 1 to 50 floor plan, but the same would apply to a 1 to 100 floor plan. All of our room names are larger than our notes, and our dimension style and our note height should be the same, and preferably the same font as well, so that everything ties in together. So we've got the room names, which we're going to create a font style called Title. I want them to be larger at 3 millimeters high, and then I want the notes that sit underneath it and then later on in our kitchen layout to be 2 millimeters high. The only exception to that would be that if our title was 3.5 millimeters high, the notes would be 2.5 millimeters high. So proportionally, the notes need to be a different ratio to the room names. Now, text is really easy. If you've ever created a text box in Word, you'll find this quite simple to follow. I'm in Annotate, I'm in Text, and what I'm doing is creating two text styles before I start. Edit Type, Duplicate, 0 first, so it sits at the top, and I want to call the first one Title, capital letters. So what we're doing is creating an annotation style that uses, so that it has title written in it. You know that you use that one for all the titles. I want you to change your leader arrowhead, we'll talk about that in a minute, to arrow open 90 degrees, and I want you to change your font style font size to 3. Now your font needs to be easy to read, it needs to be legible, it needs to be not a random font that you have downloaded from the internet, because it may not work if you send or someone else uses your drawing on another computer. I'm using Swiss. If in doubt, use Arial Narrow. I use something that's fairly tight. Tight as in close together, not too fat. I think that one is what I often use. And OK. And you can see over here, now as I'm trying to line this annotation up, you can see that REVIT's helping me out. So I'm clicking and dragging, so I've held down with my left button on my mouse, and I'm typing in living room capital letters. Alright, yes, it does look different to the others. I'll need to go back and just change them to 0 title. So very easy to add, very easy to edit afterwards if you need to. But if we use the same style every time, you won't suddenly think, was I using Arial 2mm or Arial 2? Alright, now I'm actually going to pop into the kitchen layout, which you may or may not have set up yet. And you can see when I did that, so I'm just jumping back to the ground floor, you can see that I've got my components and other bits and pieces, and when I create them in this view, they appear in the kitchen layout. Dimensions and notes and line work appear in the view and the view only. So I need to add them again. Text, title, kitchen. Now this is annotative text, so because my kitchen is at 1 to 20, you can see that proportionally it is scaled down, so that whatever it does, when it prints, whatever scale it's at, when it prints on the A3 piece of paper, it will always scale at 3 millimeters high. Now I'm going to have to move my dimensions out because I don't want my next bit of text to sit over the top. Now I'm just going to make some text up because I don't have the notes on me, so don't take what I'm about to write as gospel. Text, edit type, duplicate. This one's for my notes. Text font is the same, the leader arrowhead is the same, the size is 2 millimeters. Okay, so now you know that wherever you create notes, which is pretty much everything, is going to be 2 millimeters. Alright, so I'm just typing some stuff. Now can you see, once I've created, I'm going to hit escape a couple of times. If I click on the text, up come my leader arrows. Now I don't want you to use these curvy ones, they're very unattractive. We can add to the left, we can add to the right, and, hang on, we can add to the right, and I can remove. So it will remove leaders in the order that they were created. I can click on my leader arrow. You're always making sure that you touch exactly what you're pointing to, what you're describing in your note. Okay, and these arrows must always be right angles. What else can I write? Remember, do as the drawing does, not me. So what we want to see, I'm just coming up here, I hit escape. You can do them beforehand. I find it too hard to control. I select my text and this appears in my contextual tab and I'm adding the leader. So what we're not seeing is this. So no lines over lines, no dimensions unless we can't avoid it. Okay, right angles. You're touching exactly what it is that you're denoting. And you'll find that Revit tries to help you out by lining everything up. Right, you can see it's lining up here. If I was to come up, you'll see it'll try and line up with kitchen as well. See? Right, so we want columns of text. I haven't got very much writing here, but you can see that I've lined it up on the left-hand side. If this was some sentences that wrapped around, you're not putting the enter bar in there, by the way, or you're not using enter. Columns of text, and if there's another column of text on this side, it should be around the same width as well, within reason.